What do our defining moments look like? Just like this moment right now. They look like pride after achieving that long sought-after goal. All the small victories along the way that didn't feel momentous until we saw them in the rearview mirror. They look like the courage it takes to take that first big step. All the times we fail and rise again. And without even knowing it, cultivating an inner strength that is contagious along the way. They look like the inspiration that comes from knowing that we are not alone. They look like the human relationships that give us wisdom beyond what data ever could. They look like the curiosity that comes from exploring, that allow us to create and contribute. They look like education that unlocks our full potential, using our knowledge for impact. They look like choosing our own definition of success, over hiding, over hustling, over pretending. They look like others showing up and recognizing our efforts after all the times we already showed up for ourselves. They look like being bold enough to be extraordinary. They look like you. Right now, right here.
Good day. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Wendy Muchena. I am the Membership and Compliance Manager of your accounting body. I would like to welcome our speakers and our team members on this webinar, and a special welcome to all our new members, existing members, as well as our designation holders. Congratulations on taking the first step to join our army. Once again, welcome to our onboarding and practice startup session. As a professional body, we understand that being a new member or starting your own practice can be challenging, not knowing where to start or what to do. We have arranged this onboarding and practice startup session to help you in your journey with us and help you become the best accountant in practice you can be. We have arranged various speakers and experts in the accounting field to share with you their knowledge, experience, and value-added benefits. This webinar will help you in the following areas of your career. Number one, how to access and make use of all available resources and practice tools we have to offer. The second one, understand what is required to start and run an accounting practice. And the last one is to develop a business plan for your new firm. We have lined up the following speakers. First speaker is our CEO, Nicholas van Wyk. Nicholas is one of our CFO SA and BAPSA designation holders. He is the Area President Africa of IFA. Nicholas joined our team when it was only 300 members, and now we have over 10,000 members. We are very excited to have him in this webinar. Nicholas will be taking you through all our SAIBA resources and offering. Our second speaker is Mr. Russell Ngobeni. Russell is one of our business accountant in practice members and an entrepreneur. Russell has trained and placed over 800 graduates across South Africa. Russell will be sharing with you on how to develop a business plan for your new firm. We are very honored to have him today. Our third speaker is Ilana Diaker. Ilana is our head of academy and a chartered accountant. Ilana will be taking you through the resources on our academy platform. And lastly, we have our marketing strategist, Kara N, who will give you some marketing tips on how to elevate your practice and use your license to promote your business. We are very excited to have her today. Note that we have arranged presentation and video clips from our rewards partners, including DraftWorks, QuickBooks, Ignition, Smart Practice, and many more. We will share with you how to access these rewards during the course of the webinar. Please make use of the Q&A section in your chat should you have any questions for our speakers. Without wasting any time, I will hand over to our CEO, Nicholas van Wyk.
If you calculate every single transaction people make on an annual basis, you'll get to 96 trillion US dollars. And that figure, as we know, is the world GDP. Each one of those transactions is captured and measured by an accountant into financial statements. Accountants are the only people in the world that have touched every dollar or rand ever spent. The world cannot function without accountants. So how much do we as accountants get paid for the work we do? The total value of all the fees charged annually by accountants is estimated to be 2.7 trillion rand. What we do at SAIBA is to equip and support you to share in this trillion rand market. As a SAIBA member, you have a special position in society. Parliament has even made laws to allocate work that only you can do. This is a great benefit, but one that comes with equally great responsibilities. That is why Parliament authorized the Department of Trade and Industry and Competition, the National Treasury, the Department of Home Affairs, and the Department of Education to appoint SAIBA as a controlling body for accountants, tax practitioners, independent reviewers, business rescue practitioners, and immigration accountants. The government needs you to make sure corporate entities keep their books in order and account for their transactions in a transparent and responsible manner. They have exclusively appointed you to do this work. In exchange, they require that you become a professional person and a member of SAIBA. Our responsibility is to ensure that you understand your privileged position and be up to the task. This onboarding video is our way of showing you the amazing world of the accountant, your role in the finance department, and what you should do to maintain your professional and privileged status. We can't and won't let the public down. So many people rely on us to help them increase their revenue, decrease their costs, increase their profits and their societal value. When we do this, we help to increase our nation's GDP and the amount of taxes collected. In this way, we can reduce poverty and share the wealth. We are your professional body. We are SAIBA. Now, let me tell you more about SAIBA, what we do, why we started SAIBA, and how you can benefit from the services we provide. SAIBA believes in an open access to the accounting profession. What this means is we want to remove all barriers that prevent people from joining the profession. With us, it doesn't matter what you studied, as long as you've been working within the sector, you're welcome to join our family. We continuously lobby with government and engage with society in the form of industry bodies to recognize everybody that's working in the profession. Each and every small business, medium-sized business, large business, it doesn't matter about whether they're working informally or in the formal sector, needs and utilize accountants. Our function is to professionalize this profession. So if you just started out as an accountant, doesn't matter what you've studied, join SAIBA and we'll show you the next steps to further your career. SAIBA is a voluntary professional accountancy body established in 1987 and registered as a non-profit company. Our primary function is to issue designations to different levels and tiers within the accounting profession. Our designations gives objective verifications to employers and businesses alike that they can trust the work that you'll be doing. It shows your commitment to ethics, quality engagement standards, and a commitment to excellence. By joining our community of accounting professionals, members take the first step in advancing their careers. SAIBA offers members a tiered approach to designations that are appropriate for each step in your finance career. More than 50% of our membership operate within the commerce setting, whether in business or academia or the public sector. The rest offer accounting services in their own firms. We are a proudly South African institute that subscribes to the Bill of Rights and South Africa's Constitution. Although established in 1987, we adopted a new strategy in 2013 that would change the face of the profession. We call this an open access model to the accounting profession. This gives aspiring accountants an accessible method of becoming professional. That means with SAIBA, anyone can become an accountant. We believe that with the right exposure, commitment, support, and ability, anyone can become an accountant. So we remove all the fluff and nonsense from the traditional way of qualifying an accountant and allow you to show us your abilities. If you can pass our assessment and commit to professionalism, we want you to join us and earn your designation. By combining your hard work and potential with our knowledge and expertise, we'll make a great team. We'll ensure that you won't only progress in your career, but if you decide to start your own practice, we want to make you successful. To achieve our purpose, we focus on 3 core functions. Joining. By becoming a member, you immediately get access to most of our services. By earning your designation, you start to distinguish yourself from other accountants. And by sharing in our expertise, you can excel in your career. As a professional body, we were established in 1987. The 80s was quite an exciting time for the accounting profession because for the first time, South Africa created a 2-tiered corporate law model. On the one hand, we had companies that required auditors, and since 1984, with the advent of the Close Corporation Act, it created a new profession for accountants and accounting officers. And this model has just been expanding and creating huge opportunities for everybody performing services other than auditing. In 1990, SAIBA received recognition from government that our members may act as accounting officers not only in South Africa but also in Namibia. In 2013, we adopted a new strategy to expand our focus not only on accountants in practice working as accounting officers, but anyone that wants to make the profession their home. In 2016, SAIBA hosted Africa's first World Congress for CFOs. We registered a new designation catering for the highest level within our profession, finance executives. We registered with the International Association for Finance Executives and joined 22 other CFO associations globally, spanning from Brazil to Europe to China. In 2016, SAIBA hosted Africa's first World Congress for CFOs. We joined the International Association for Finance Executives, which is a global body for all finance executives working from Brazil to Europe to China, and registered a designation for CFOs. In 2017, we launched our publications, accountingweekly.com, which became the highest ranking accounting news source in Africa. We started to publish CFO Talks, in which we do interviews with leading CFOs globally, and we published our magazine, the BNA Review. In 2018, we registered with the South African Qualifications Authority, which is the government-appointed body that all professional bodies register with. We annually get reviewed and monitored by SAQA to confirm the quality and the rigor of our assessment processes. And in 2021, we registered as a recognized controlling body with SARS, allowing our members to perform the valuable work as tax practitioners and tax advisors. Our purpose is to enhance how business operates. We do this by equipping the finance department with qualified staff members. The finance department can be split into various levels, from a functional level to an administrative level to an operational level, a management level and a strategic level. And we've developed designations for each level within the finance department. Each level is subject to different complexities and different dynamics, so we adjust our designations in a manner that we refer to as being modular. We don't require the same level of competencies and qualifications for each level, and that makes our profession so accessible. And this gives you the ability to progress your career in a step-by-step way, with one professional body supporting you all the way. Each of our designations has been specifically designed for the different levels within the finance department. Each one are based on unique qualifications, experience and assessment models, although the complexity differs for each level. Our entry-level designation is ideal for bookkeepers just starting their careers. For them, we require limited experience of 6 to 12 months with a matric certificate as the entry qualification. Moving up one level, we now require a bit more from your academic career, meaning a higher certificate and also 12 to 18 months of experience. When you start moving into an operational level to perform the function as a financial accountant, we now require a completed diploma with up to 2 years of relevant experience. As you progress into management, your responsibilities and your work complexities increases as well as the risks. For this reason, our management level designation requires a BCom Honours qualification with a specialization in accounting. And here we require 4 years of relevant experience at a management level. Our top designation is appropriate for the top level within our profession, the CFO. We are unique in this approach, in which we incorporate an MBA with an accounting qualification at an honours level. And for this designation, we require a further 4 years at a strategic level. Each of our designations are assessed against a competency framework depending on the work complexity that you perform on a daily basis. You would submit to us your CV, your academic transcripts, academic records. You would verify your own experiences. We would confirm this with your employer. You would submit to us a portfolio of evidence, and depending on your level and seniority, we may require you to perform a verbal assessment with an experienced finance professional at your relevant level. In addition, we regularly meet with universities and employers to ensure that our competency framework is relevant to your career development. In addition to providing designations for accountants that wants to work within the finance department, we realize that many businesses want to outsource their finance department to accountants in practice. For them, we've developed our Business Accountant in Practice designation. Because you're now working with the public and the risk is increased, we require a specialized BCom that requires 5 major subjects: accounting, auditing, tax, commercial law, and management accounting. It also requires a 4-year verifiable experience in which you've provided services to the public for a fee. And we verify and assess these competencies against our competency framework for accountants in practice. For those accountants in practice that after a few years of doing general accounting work wants to specialize, we provide licenses. These licenses are developed on specific industries, whether it's for in the agricultural industry or the non-profit sector or the medical fraternity or for attorneys. We realize that accounting and the accounting treatment and the tax treatment differs in each of those industries. So we're the first professional body to develop specializations in these specific areas. SAIBA and its members are recognized in a number of statutes to provide accountancy and related services. How this works is that government, through a parliamentary process, makes laws and regulations. For example, they would make the Companies Act that enables the citizens to start their own businesses in a company form. But the company, or whether it's a school or a closed corporation or a non-profit organization, or whether it's somebody that wants to apply for a lotteries grant, each of those entities have to prepare a set of financial statements, keep their books, and file their tax returns. Parliament and various government departments then allocate this work to accountants. So you have a special recognition within legislation that enhances your ability to get clients and be recognized. Some of these laws and regulations includes the Companies Act, the Closed Corporation Act, the Non-Profit Organization Act, the Schools Act, lotteries regulations, DTI grant schemes, and the list goes on. But each one requires a professional person, that's a member of SAIBA, to perform specific work allocated and described in legislation. So our function at SAIBA is to provide you with guidance on how to perform that work and provide you with access to all these entities that's required by law to appoint an accountant. In addition to being officially recognized in legislation, we also offer members international mobility. Not only are we members of the International Association for Finance Executives, giving our highest level designations for financial managers and CFOs access to 22 countries in which they are recognized, but we also co-created the CFO Alliance. It's an alliance network of CFOs from France, Germany, Italy, Morocco, Tunisia and Mexico, Spain and Portugal, and obviously South Africa and Namibia. that came together focused on the 3 key trends that will impact the accounting profession in the next couple of years, being climate and sustainability reporting, international tax, and digitization. Robert Half is the world's largest and most successful employment agencies for professionals. They annually do a survey in which they assess and ask employers what they consider when appointing candidates. And all of them are unanimous. If you have a professional designation, one of the many designations that SAIBA offer, your chances of being appointed is increased. In addition, you earn a higher salary than a non-designated accountant. SAIBA has also signed an MOU agreement with SEMA, and SEMA is the world's largest management accounting professional body, and all of our designations are recognized by SEMA to provide you access to the different levels of obtaining your management accounting designation. To keep members updated on developments within the profession, not only with changes in legislation, but the newest technology trends and techniques, we publish a range of newsletters. Accounting Weekly is our alternative news source for accountants. It's rated the highest news publication in Africa, and we read and study everything that's published affecting the profession globally and locally, and then present this in an easily to read format in a newsletter and also on the website accountingweekly.com. For our CFOs, we publish a newsletter called cfotalks.com. It's issued weekly and features our interviews and podcasts with CFOs, as well as the latest news and developments affecting the CFO profession. In addition, we publish a SAIBA technical newsletter. In our technical newsletter or blog, we focus on those things that you need to run your practice. We are very sensitive and want to ensure that we don't only present you with general technical information, but information that you can apply within your practice and that you can generate a fee from. So all our publications comes with an additional feature of how to utilize this in not only gaining clients, but practically applying the knowledge within your firm. Being accountants, we all realize how important ethical conduct is. SAIBA subscribes to the Ethical Code of Conduct as issued by the International Federation of Accountants, and we actively monitor members' compliance to ethical standards as well as engagement standards. But we go one step further. We reward you for ethical conduct. We've partnered with many well-known organizations that provide technology and other products for accountants and make these available to you either at no cost or at a discounted fee. But all this is based on your ethical conduct. A critical function provided by accountants to their clients or employers is the preparation of financial statements. SAIBA has partnered with our technology partner DraftWorks to assist members in automating the preparation of financial statements. Financial statements need to comply with very complex and difficult accounting standards, but with our partnership and the discount members receive when they adopt this technology, we make the preparation of financial statements as well as the preparation of working papers an easy and an enjoyable process. When preparing financial statements, accountants need accounting software to process financial transactions, make adjustments, and present a trial balance. SAIBA has partnered with 2 amazing technology companies in Sage and in QuickBooks. Both are available at a discount for SAIBA members and also provides an opportunity for SAIBA members to on-sell these software to their clients, enabling them to earn a commission. All SAIBA members commit to lifelong learning. And to make this process easier, we've established our brand, SAIBA.academy, in which you can find all the CPD you would need to operate in any area of the accounting profession. The Academy provides support for aspiring accountants that wants to qualify and become SAIBA members. We provide CPD that maintains your knowledge within your practice. We provide courses to enable you to specialize in whatever area you wish to enter. And we provide executive education for our CFOs. SAIBA enables you to perform all kinds of services for your clients. Whether you are interested in just performing bookkeeping services or also preparing financial statements and providing advisory services, you'll find support on our website at the practice support section. We provide you with guidance on how to compile financial statements, utilizing all the required standards and with referencing to all the legislation. In addition to compilations, we support members in the work that they have to perform as accounting officers, independent reviewers, business rescue practitioners, or a range of assurance services. For each of those services, we've broken down the legislation. We explain how that applies to you. We provide you with guidance material and examples on how to perform your work. And in addition, if you want to study further, we allocate you to our academy, where you can even find specialist licenses in any area in which you want to practice. In addition to our practice support tools, members also have access to a free technical advice, legal assistance, technical help sheets, and guidance. We support members in practice by WhatsApp groups that you can join at no cost. This is supported by experts within the field. So if you struggle with something from SARS or CIPC, maybe there's a system not working or you need a workaround, you have quick access to a WhatsApp group, you ask a question and you get answered. So if you want to do compilation work, that's preparing financial statements, factual finding reports, for example accounting officer reports, independent review engagements and reports, or any form of non-audit assurance engagements, we provide you with guidance in training material and videos that support you in everything you want to do as a SAIBA member. Accountants operate within a set framework. This framework consists of ethics, quality management, and engagement standards. SAIBA supports you at each level of this framework, whether it's to decide how much to charge a client, how to perform services, and what standards to follow. You will find assistance on the SAIBA website under practice support and libraries. We provide you with guidance and video material to assess your own ethical conduct and decide whether you should engage a client or not. We assist you with establishing a quality management manual that determines if your services that you provide are both legal and of a high quality. And in addition, we provide support with all the standards that you have to apply within your firm, whether those are compilations, agreed upon procedures, accounting officer work, assisting clients with preparing for audits, or providing assurance services on non-financial information. In addition, as a SAIBA member, you can act as a commissioner of oath. You can provide assistance and support to clients that have to comply with the lockdown regulations. We've prepared an essential guide for all businesses that you can offer and sell to your clients. We provide guidance to all businesses that need to apply POPIA, that's the protection of information. And as an accountant, you can provide an engagement to give an assurance on whether the clients comply with many legislative requirements, including POPIA. You can assist persons that want to apply for business visas with their applications with Home Affairs. As a SAIBA member, you have a specialist recognition with the department to verify income and balances of foreign businesses that want to expand within South Africa. In addition to providing these support services, you can always phone SAIBA because we provide a technical phone-in helpline. We have experts on call that can guide you in decision making on how to apply these standards. We provide you with help sheets as well as a range of CPD and courses in any area in which you want to provide services. In addition, we offer a WhatsApp support group that we call a tax or VAT helpline, and those are supported by various experts in all the areas of tax that you need assistance with. SAIBA has recently signed a strategic alliance partnership with Mazars. When I was a practitioner just starting out, there were many clients that I couldn't provide services to because my firm was too small. And that's always bothered me. So when I had the opportunity, we negotiated with Mazars to provide a support service to all SAIBA members. If there's a big client that you want to provide a service for, whether that is setting up their internal control processes or revising their business models or providing valuation services, with the support that Mazars provides you, you can now tender for any work that was previously just accessible by large firms. Our strategic alliance with Mazars allows you to either work on their team or decide which part of the service will be provided by you and which with Mazars. With SAIBA as a partner in the strategic alliance engagement, you will always be assured that the client will remain yours. But you can now add any service that was usually just accessible by large firms. Offering accounting services to the public for a fee is not without risk. To cover any claims related to unprofessional conduct, SAIBA offers all our members in practice with free professional indemnity insurance. For members that want to fast-track their accounting practices, SAIBA offers a relationship with Tax Shop, which means that you can buy into an existing network of accounting practices and receive all the assistance you need with setup and finding clients. SAIBA does not only provide you with technical support in running your practice or advancing your career, but we take it very serious to find clients for members. That's why we've partnered with QuickBooks, and if you become a QuickBooks licensed certified online accountant, you gain access to all of the QuickBooks subscribers that are SMEs. In addition, we've established something unique within the industry that is called SME and NPO Assist. SAIBA partners with all industry players, whether in the non-profit space or in businesses, that enables us to connect members directly with clients. Our flagship product is called SME and NPO Assist. We've signed an MOU with the Department of Social Development in which we volunteer member services to support NPOs being non-compliant. Through our volunteer work, we can touch the lives of the 200,000 and more NPOs that need accounting support and connect members directly with potential and future clients. But we don't only limit this to the NPO sector. We just signed an agreement with the South African Chamber of Commerce that makes all SAIBA members of SACI. This provides you with immediate access to all of SACI's members. Running and managing an accounting practice takes a lot of management skills. To assist you with this process, SAIBA signed an agreement with Smart Practice that enables you to monitor all the work that you have to do on a daily basis and ensure that you file all your tax returns and company secretarial work for clients before the deadlines. This Smart Practice is available to all SAIBA members at a discounted rate and enhances your ability to manage and run your practice. With Practice Ignition, we are able to assist you in automating your engagement and appointment with clients. This can be a very cumbersome and tedious affair, but with Practice Ignition, all of this is now done within an app online where you set out your agreement with the client, you agree the terms that you want to and the services that you will be offering, and this technology then links up with a debit order system. So not only do you sign through Practice Ignition the new contract with a client, but it also facilitates the bookkeeping process as well as the collection of your fees. Our partnership with Legal Sense provides legal support to members in all areas of their business, from drafting of contracts to collection of fees. This is provided by Legal Sense. It's available as a phone-in service, or they'll also do a practice visit should you need this. With all of the resources you gain once you join SAIBA and earn a designation, you'll be assured of not only advancing your career if you want to go the corporate route, but also if you want to start a practice. And we welcome any member, whether you want to start a part-time practice or a full-time practice. All our rewards are available to you, and nothing will make us more happier than seeing you being successful. SAIBA employs 35 staff members and consultants, and all of us are ready to hear from you and to support you. With all these resources that we've built specifically for you, we can't wait to see you being successful. Please phone me, contact me. I'm available on LinkedIn. Our 35 staff members as well as consultants are waiting to assist you. We exist to see you become successful, utilize our resources, inform us what we can improve, and we can't wait to see you the next time we meet. Accountants are necessary to create business growth, and businesses are necessary to reduce unemployment. So when you join SAIBA, you join a movement. We would like to be your family. That's why we are accessible, not only on our website or by phone calls or WhatsApp, but personally. We love to interact with members and prospective members, so my door is always open, And if you see me walking down the street, or if I'm in your neighborhood with one of our roadshows, or if you just want to come and visit us at our offices, I would be honored to meet with you and engage with you and provide you any advice that you would need to start your own practice or advance in your career.
I'm Billian, the Director of Abundant Accounting. We are at the forefront of digital transformation. So far, we have helped more than 200 small businesses to streamline, automate their sales and accounting processes using cloud-based accounting solution. We use QuickBooks Online because of its technology and its flexible platform for us to tailor to our customer needs. QuickBooks is important tool for our client because they are able to use the report that we customize to analyze their sales and profit. As a result, they are able to enhance their decision making and has a competitive edge over their competitors. My client has told us that QuickBooks Online is easy to use, can be accessed anytime, anywhere, and they have many live reports to manage their customer, sales, and products. We have used QuickBooks Online to analyze our costs and sales. We are able to use the sales performance report to identify the top performer, and at the same time, we are able to reward them accordingly to achieve the desired result. We also use QuickBooks mobile app. We find it easy to use and we are able to issue invoice on the go, especially when we are not in the office. Many of my customers are happy to go paperless. We are able to reduce tedious manual processes and focus more on higher value services for our clients. Working with QuickBooks gives us the opportunity to provide valuable feedback and product direction so that they are able to help our clients in their future digital journey.
I have a dream where one day each school board, church committee, policing forum, sports club, community group, NGO, association and political party branch will have as its treasurer a SAIBA designated accountant. In my dream, this army of SAIBA appointed treasurers will cover Southern Africa as a blanket of green, assisting with rebuilding communities affected by months of lockdowns, state capture and service delivery issues. As treasurers, our army of volunteers will have a big task, motivating and encouraging communities to rebuild, as well as keeping the books, accounting for income and expenses, calculating projections and improving systems and management. But more importantly, if you sign up to our army, you will be able to make friends and influence people. Imagine 10,000 SAIBA members servicing 100,000 committees and boards and the influencing power at our disposal. The books of Dale Carnegie, Jordan Peterson and Saul Alinsky will be our field manuals on how volunteer work can lead to dramatic changes in economic and social structures. Often it is these structures that prevent us from growing our firms or gaining employment, which restricts our ability to put food on the table and care for our families. In my dream, we can influence how these structures are made and used and co-build new ones that truly serve the needs of communities. The Practice Management Conference and Roadshow 2021 is the first step we have to take to follow our shared dream. We have to know how to manage effective firms, as this is essential to living our dream. Listen, learn and network with the presenters and experts, then join us on the National Roadshow as we meet with municipal and business leaders in our hometown, sharing our dream with them and deploying an army of influencers. Let's go forth and multiply.
Hi everyone, I'm Russell Ngoweni. I'm a business accountant in practice with SAIBA. I'm also a board member of SAIBA. I have spent the last 10 or more years in the training and skills development sector. I've trained and placed over 800 youth who were previously unemployed and are now into different designations in the accounting sector. So I am today going to take you through the training on how to put together a business plan both for you and your clients. So this, in doing this, you are putting together a financial strategy both for yourself and your clients. I have in recent times with the economic downturn because of the pandemic and everything that has happened in the country and globally received many requests from clients who needed business strategy, financial projections, financial statements. So this brings about a great opportunity for both yourself and myself in your practice as a SAIBA designation holder to sort of put together a decent business plan for yourself as well as a business plan for your clients. So this will bring about great opportunities for yourselves. So I have put together a very good financial tool that is going to assist you draft business plans even better. We are not going to go into the theory sections of the business plan because I strongly believe that you are capable of doing that. You are capable of putting together your strengths, your weaknesses, threats, as well as opportunities, as well as all those other parts of a business plan. So we are going to dive directly into the technical part, which is the core of the business plan, the financial strategy of the business, which is what your business will survive on, which is what your clients or businesses are going to survive on and depend on mainly. So now let's go into this spreadsheet that I've put together, a very good toolkit that is going to guide you on how to do business plans even better, especially the financial part of it. So you can have a look here. As you can see, it's financial projections. We've got there the name of your accounting practice. You can name it whatever it is that you want, but we'll come back and edit all of this in order for this to work even better, both for you and should you be doing this for your clients, you can easily work on this template. I believe that you are going to get a copy of this template that we've put together for you in order for you to get the assistance that you need. So on this template, we've got various tabs that are going to talk to one another. We've got various tabs that are interlinked. We've got formulas that are built into the system that will guide you and assist you in putting these together and make sure that it sort of flows into a nice financial projection for your company. We're gonna have the cover page, obviously, because it needs to look neat, it needs to look nice. My artwork skills are not so great, my graphic design skills are not so great. You can edit this and better this yourself depending on how you like or wish. That's what I can put together for now. So we're going to have a startup cost because you are starting on business. So we are going to outline some of the startup costs and we'll come back to this sheet and populate some of the figures and some of the information in here. And then you're going to have a better understanding of how everything flows from the first sheet, which is the cover page, all the way to the financial projections that you need. We are going to have a look at the cost and sales analysis of your business as you are starting out. So we will sort of break down all this cost of sales. You're not going to have, as you may know, your accounting practice is services based. So you're not usually going to have your direct cost of sales as in product purchases or products and goods that you buy and sell directly. So the next tab that we're going to look at, or the next sheet of that we're going to look at in this series of Excel worksheets that we have here put together, is obviously you need to plan for your staff costs well beforehand, because the one mistake that many of us do is that we hire before there's even an opportunity in the business to employ. Because I know somebody who needs a job, or I know somebody whom I've graduated with together, they're unemployed, I say, hey, come please, there's an opportunity, we can work together in the firm. But you need to put together, you need to have a strategy, more especially the financial strategy in your business. This is so because we are aware, or we should be aware as accountants, that the labor laws of this country is very difficult, especially when it comes to labor employment and the likes. So it's very important for us to have that strategy in place, know whom we are going to employ well beforehand, because yes, you might not have a contract with that person, but the fact that they wake up and come to your employment almost more than twice a week, if I remember correctly what the labor law says, then that person is then deemed your employee for as long as they are there. And one thing that I've picked up mainly in my experience of doing books for many clients that I've dealt with, is that there's a very big misunderstanding when it comes to all the monies that owners withdraw from their own businesses. There's big mismatch between what they understand and what they're trying to implement onto their businesses. So it's very difficult for owners to sort of run their businesses better when they do not have a financial strategy, when they do not have a salary plan even for themselves. So they just run onto their company and withdraw and swipe here and there, and it sort of affects your financial strategy if you do not have it in place. So on this template, on this tab, or in this sheet, we are going to have a look at some of the planned figures, some of the, as we're also going to plan for escalations, because in the next year and the other year we need to put together some sort of a plan for inflation and changes in lives and livelihoods. So it's very important for us to plan for that well in advance. So I've put together here a 3-year sort of salary plan for both yourselves as managing directors of the company, whatever you want to call yourself. If your company is big enough, or if in the 2nd year or 3rd year you're thinking or planning of having a chief financial officer or chief operating officer, then you can put all of those together. But some of these may not be relevant for now because your accounting firm is just starting out, but it's never too early, and we are allowed to dream all the time. Some of this, like I said, will customize to suit your specifications. Marketing officer, like you can see here, admin officer, janitor, receptionist, chef, general workers, whatever it is that you may need, you can customize this template and have some sort of a financial plan for your business. We'll come back and put the numbers, and as you can see, I've put populated in year 2 a plan for an 8% increase, in year 3 a good 10% increase in salaries, but we can play around with those figures and take into account, like I said, like I've mentioned just moments ago, inflation and the likes. From there, we are going, you will see that it's blank at the moment. We are going to, as we populate the earlier sheets, some of these sheets are locked, and they are going to populate as some of these numbers come through or pull through from the earlier information that you're going to type onto the system, onto this toolkit that we have. So some, like this graph, is going to populate by itself, but you will see how this comes together as we go along. That's a sales forecast for 12 months, meaning 1 year. We also have a sales forecast for 3 years. Most business strategies, most business plans, whether you're submitting it for yourself or for your clients who need funding, who need this or that out there, but they normally would require the first year to be broken down into monthly, and then they will need to see how the business will do in the next 3 years or so. They will also need to see how the business will do in the next 5 years or so. Okay, so I've put on the right hand side some sort of a playground, some sort of an allowance for us to use as accountants as we're planning our practice, some sort of a growth area where we can play around with the numbers and say, perhaps in year 2 I would like to grow my practice with 10% or 20%. So we are, like we said, going to populate all of this. I'm just giving you now a quick run through all these sheets before we come back and work on them. And like we said, most of them, like the graph you see here on top, will populate as soon as we put numbers here. So most of these sheets will not even need you to type in any information. Like we said, 80% of the spreadsheet will populate by itself. So it's just the first few, like you will see, that will need your human input. We also have some highlights which are going to highlight in year 1, year 2, what the revenue of your practice will be, what the gross profit will be. Like remember, we said gross profit will be relative to what it is that you're supplying. So this will take into account, as you know, accounting and accounting rules and standards, what you define as cost of sales. So we will have revenue less cost of sales, mainly used for those who sell goods and products, but for us services, perhaps it will be best to align those services that are directly linked to the delivery of your accounting services as cost of sales. But you can have, again, maybe a look at the definition of cost of sales and apply it even better. So this will give us a highlight of everything that's going to happen. We need to see the percentages at which your practice will grow in the next 2 to 3 years. It's also going to highlight your net profit. Are we in the green, are we in the red? What do you need to adjust in order to do better in your accounting practice? We are also, or what's also important is for break-even analysis, meaning how many sales units, but we're not selling any sales units. So depending on the services that you are going to render out, whether you're billing through hourly services or you're billing through the hybrid or the new pricing methods, whatever it is that is defined out there. The question is, how many of those do you need to put out there in order for you to break even, in order for you to cover all those costs that we'll speak about or we've spoken about in our startup costs? How many of those do you need to sell in order to meet your monthly target or your monthly demand for salaries and some of the fixed costs? So we are going to have a look at this break-even analysis, which is a very brilliant tool to tell you if you're on the right track or if you are just below your target in your accounting practice for that month or so. So as we said, the profit and loss analysis for the first year when you're doing your business plan financial projections, it will need to be broken down into a monthly breakdown. So like you can see on the screen, this financial year will run from Jan all the way to December, but this is not how many businesses are set up. They are set up to run from March, so you can easily change that to March, but like we said, we'll quickly populate this together and then you will see how everything falls. So you can customize this to suit any financial year, whether it's starting in August or September or May, whichever month you prefer. You can easily change there, and all those other years will change as well. Profit and loss for year 1, 2, and 3 are summarized. They don't need to be as detailed as profit and loss for year 1, which is broken down very, 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 very much into detail. We are also going to have a look at profit and loss for a 5-year period, which is very standard for if you are going to need financial assistance to set up your business. When we populate the startup costs, you will see, or you may see, that perhaps the money that you have or the money that you have set aside for you to start this accounting practice, perhaps it's not enough. So you may need a loan here and there. Who knows? We'll never know. But should that happen, a 5-year financial projection will be required, is always required. So it's very important for you to have a highlight of where your accounting practice is going in the next 5 years as well. One or many mistakes that we do as accountants, or many of us who started businesses some time ago, is that we're just hitting and hoping. We never know, we never plan. We're just hoping that we go out there and we're hoping that we will make money, and we've learned the hard way that money is not very easy to make. Second last, if not mistaken, is the balance sheet, which is very standard. Take into account that most of these names have changed. It's a statement of financial position. You should know, you do know that. So you can customize all of those to suit the new financial reporting standards. I've just simplified it here to say balance sheet for ease of understanding. So you can customize this to statement of financial position. The previous one, you can customize it to the new names as you wish. What's important here is this template that is in front of us now, is this sheet that is in front of us now, which refers to the loan amortization schedule. So this is if you need a loan to start your business. So after this, we're going back to startup costs, and we're going to populate that area to see if we have enough money or not, or whether we need a loan or not in order for us to start this practice that we have. How did you pay up for those SAIBA costs in order for you to obtain that designation? Did you finance it yourself? Was it through a loan? Was it through it doesn't really matter, but it's very important for you to put together some sort of a plan. Also, how to recover those money backs if you've invested some of your own cash into the business. So it's very important for you to have some sort of a structure in that regard. So a loan amortization schedule is very easy to get. You just simply right click, and then if you go onto insert, you will see that it will give you spreadsheet solutions, and you just simply click on loan amortization, and then it will populate a blank loan amortization schedule like you see in front of you. Right now you can see that mine is grayed out because I've protected this workbook. Like we said, there's a lot of formulas that I've put into this workbook, and I do not want to tamper with them because everything needs to flow, everything needs to talk to one another. So should I make a change to one thing, everything needs to flow together. So that is the reason you see that grayed out. But this is exactly how you get that loan amortization schedule. It's not very, very difficult to put together. So now let's start putting figures into this spreadsheet and see how it all comes together like magic. Let's go back to the beginning, startup costs. So I have already put in some words or some text in there just to save us some time. You will see these are some of the simple and standard examples that I can think of from the top of my head. And quickly, you will need a computer or two in order for you to start a practice. So whether it's for yourself and your staff, you will need some computers. I don't know what figure we can put for computers. Let's say perhaps we'll need 5 computers. So I simply say equals to 5. Your Excel skills need to be up to date, but you cannot be an accountant if you're not friends with Excel. Otherwise you're not gonna make it. Even these nice templates, even these nice systems, your QuickBooks, your this and that, your DraftWorks, all of these partner systems that we use, they were all built from Excel. They were all built around Excel, and most of them still use Excel and Excel formulas in order for them to run smoothly. So 5 computers, I don't know at what price. Well, for accountants, if this is for your own practice, out of the top of my head, let's say 7.5 grand. You will see already that you need 37,000 in order for you to start or run this practice. Otherwise, you're gonna have an employee there without a computer, without a desktop, and then they're not productive. Internet connection setup is another example that you need in order for you to start your practice. This I'm referring to the IT guys who perhaps will come and you don't need to install your router, but guys who will come and set up if you've got an office, if you're thinking of going to an office, but we're more now moving into remote work and remote working. So it's up to you what the setup costs when it comes to internet connection will be. Perhaps purchasing those routers for all these employees. I don't know, out of the top of my head, let's put a figure of setup cost of I don't know, 8.5 grand. Office furniture, if you're going to set up an office, like we've just said, it's a decision you need to make between remote working and office. It's up to you. So perhaps let's assume you do still need to set up an office. So whatever those costs will be for office furniture, the desk and blah blah blah, let's say for instance they add up to 50,000 and put it there. Deposits, like you said, if you're setting up an office, you will need to put on some lease deposits there, so you need to plan for that. Like we said, don't just hit and hope. You need to have some sort of an insight into the future before you even step in there. So usually deposits will be whatever the lessor, if people are still going into lease, put out there. So let's just put in a weird figure, not very weird, let's say 11,500. So already you can see it's adding up, and you'll see that your total startup expenses is adding up to 107,500. For argument's sake, you can list as many startup fixed costs as you like. The spreadsheet is there, the space is there. It's up to you what you want to do with that. So out of this 107,500, how much of owner cash do you have? So let's say you've only saved 50,000. Let's put 50,000 there, and then you will see when you scroll down that the total for owner funding also adds up to 50,000. So it means that from bank loans and other means, you still need to make up the difference between 107 and 50. So you can simply use Excel to calculate that. I need 107. But I've got 50, so it means I need to go to the bank or go to a friend or go wherever it is that I need to go to borrow 57,500. So quickly, let's go into our loan amortization schedule and see if that has populated. You will see that I've put in a formula already to say, please go and pick up anything that talks about loan from that startup cost. So now that we are on our loan amortization schedule, you will see that 57,500 is already populated. So this is where your Excel skills come into play. So easily we can populate the rest of this sheet without even having to go back, because now we need to know how much we need to borrow. So annual interest, I don't know what the annual interest rate is. Let's say 10.25 per annum. How long will the loan be? Okay, so let's have a look now at the loan repayment in years. So you can have a look at that and say perhaps 3 years, perhaps 5 years. It's all up to you. Let's just say 3 years for argument's sake. Number of payments per year, it's usually every month. So there's 12 months in a year. So you need to pay these through 12 months. So you put 12 there. So you can see as you're putting in the figures, you're putting in the numbers, the spreadsheet is coming together, it's populating and it's giving you some sort of numbers. Start date for the loan, it's up to you. When do you want to start, or when do you want to borrow this money? Let's put this date to be in the future, and then we put it from the 1st of June 2022. You will see now that all of those dates, your first payment will start on the 1st of July 2022. But what does this tell you? It tells you, it gives you an idea, because if you do not do this, you do not have an idea of how much interest the bank is going to charge you. You do not have a clue of how much you need to pay monthly and how much you need to plan for in your financial cash flow for this loan that you need to take out. So you were just going to be shooting in the dark and say, we're going to take out a loan, and this will affect obviously your cash flow, your financial cash flow. It will affect as well your break-even point. So let's have a look at these in detail. So we can see it gives us an idea of where our loan starts. So it starts on the 1st of July 2022, and it gives us an idea of how much we need to pay going forward. So we can see from the spreadsheet that our loan amortization schedule tells us that we need to pay off, or we need to pay 9,536 rand 30 cent in total interest, not each and every month. If you look at some of these columns, like we can see in column F, it says to us that we need to pay 1,862 each and every month. This payment could have been very easy for you to miss if you do not do this, if you do not have this template, if you do not do this financial projection. So it could easily throw you off. It could easily set off your cash flow by nearly 2 grand each and every month. So this loan amortization schedule gives us an idea of how much we need to pay each and every month. So we can see from column F here that it gives us an idea that we need to pay at least 1,862 every month. If you do not do this, it will set off your financial projection. It will upset your financial cash flow at least by 2 grand each and every month. This could be a lot higher if your loan is 500,000, for instance. So this can be 10 times higher. So you can see already that you need to pay off interest of 9,000 and some change, and that needs to be planned for. So that is some of the planning that you need to take into account. So let's quickly run into profit and loss year 1 and see if we've picked up anything from any of the information that we've populated already. We can see when we look at row 33, the interest expense is 491, it's 479, and so forth going across the year. Where does the system pick up all these figures from? If you go back to your loan amortization schedule, you will pick all of these figures up in column H. So you will see that without putting any input in, without inputting any figures onto this profit and loss year 1 already, by just telling the system on startup how much you will need to borrow, it sort of ran across and sort of populated the loan amortization schedule for you and populated a section or a portion of your profit and loss year 1 which needs to be detailed. So let's go back and have a look at the other sections of your startup costs and the rest of the spreadsheet that we've put together. If you've got a bank loan or lease agreement, you can put it there if you're planning to have one. If you've got a grant, there's many grant opportunities which are out there for youth who are in business and for people who are in business. If you think you're going to get a grant, it's very easy to put that figure in there, and it will change some of these figures. But it's best to plan on what you have than what you hope for. So let's quickly go on to the cost and sales analysis. The cost and sales analysis, like we said, or like I've explained earlier, is what you are going to sell, but we're not selling products, like we said, so it's your services. So there's different types of pricing strategies that you can put together, whether you bill hourly or you use the hybrid system or you use the menu option. It's all up to you. My favorite one is the menu option, which is argued out there as one of the best, but like we said, you all have a choice of how you want to bill. So what is the menu option that I'm talking about, the menu pricing option that we speaking, or I am speaking or referring to? So the menu option is what you give, is where you give the clients a choice to choose between various pricing options in front of them, and it's something that you carefully worked out behind the scenes. So you give them a series of options for them to choose from, and psychology says they'll almost all the time run to the middle option. So put your best one there. But there's better people who are better qualified and better experienced when it comes to speaking about pricing strategies than I am. So please look up those topics. I think we had one with SAIBA earlier in the year. I cannot remember perfectly the time and the topic, but please look those up and learn more about pricing strategies. So we are going to use that menu option where we give our clients options. Let's have a look at the first one and say we've got those who are starting out, and we've got our standard pricing option, and then we also have our premium pricing option. So on starter, or whatever it is you may wanna call it, what do you charge per month? This will vary because clients will differ from one to the next, and the number of transactions and the amount of transactions will vary. So like we said, you need to carefully work this out, because the minute you publish your prices out there, it can work in your favor, and the opposite is also very true. So for starter, for instance, these are people starting out. Let's say you charge them 750 Rand a month. Standard, let's say you're charging them, I don't know, 1,850 per month. And for premium, let's say for argument's sake, those who are well established, you set up your accounting practice and you want to charge these guys maybe 3.5 grand, you can take this higher. It's up to you. I'm just making up numbers now. So it's up to your judgment and your own calculation and your own strategic plan to say, how many of these units do you plan to sell each and every month? How many of these starter clients do you plan to have at the end of each and every month in order for you to break even? Remember, we spoke about break even. So let's say, for argument's sake, your target is that I need to have at least 15 clients on starter. So already you can see that from your practice, you're going to generate at least 11,000 rands from those clients alone. But remember, there's cost involved, so you need to take good cognizance of that. Standard, how many of these do you plan to have? This is your best, remember. So always make sure that you put your premium on your best foot forward when it comes to the middle one. So let's say, for instance, you're planning to have, you can have big numbers here. I'm just putting in numbers that come to my head. So let's say 35 clients on standard. You can get up to 350 if you wish. And if you trust your own marketing strategy, some of my colleagues were talking or will talk to you about marketing and how to get these clients. So work out the numbers and see what you can get and what you can put together. Premium, this will not necessarily be always high, but it's always best to have them. If you have them as on a high number, even better for your practice. So let's say 10 for now. So already we can see that our practice, if we run this these pricing options like we are, or we have set them up here, we are going to generate at least 111,000 each and every month. You can multiply this by 10 to get to whatever number that you want. It's up to you and your strategy in this business. If you've got other income, you can put all those information there. If you're thinking you're going to generate other income from elsewhere, you can populate all of those, but we're going to leave it for now. Cost of goods sold, like we said, if you're selling goods or if you're doing this for your clients, if they've got cost of goods sold or direct costs that are linked to the delivery of some of these services, this will be your cost of sales. So for us, you can either put those services here or you can expense them. The net effect in accounting, like you know, is going to be the same, because expenses will always decrease your profit. So whether you put it up on cost of sales or whether you expense it down on operational expenses, it's not going to have an effect. You just have a better understanding of what cost of sales is and apply it there. I've got product 1 here and I've got product 2 on the right hand side. You can change that to services. You can link that directly to your menu options on top. It's all up to you, but let's leave it like that for now. So let's have a look going forward what some of these things do. So when we go, let's quickly go to sales forecast for 12 months. You can see that already it has populated some of this information, and it gives you nice graphs of how much you're going to generate, both from starter, standard, as well as other income. We didn't do anything on this spread on this sheet. It populates itself and makes and saves us a hell lot of time. Let's see what else it does. If you go to year 3, you will see that some of the information is already populating. We've got your starter, you've got your standard, and you've got other income. You can have premium there. And going forward, let's look at some of our highlights. You can see from our highlights already that we've got all that information that comes from the first sheet that we populated. It's already starting to graph up. It's already starting to take shape. It's already starting to sort of work out for you. But here, remember, your net profit will always be high. Your gross profit will always be equal to your revenue, because you do not have cost of sales, or we didn't populate cost of sales. Your net profit here is high because we didn't populate some of the expenses that we need to populate in year 1. So we'll do that in just a moment. So this is how all of these things work together onto these toolkits that you can use. Simplified, it saves you a lot of time. It gives you a better understanding. It gives you an insight into all these different elements of your financial projection and financial cash flow. So let's populate the staff costs and see if what we are trying to achieve will work together. The managing director, it's very nice to get paid. How much do you wish to pay yourself as the owner of this accounting practice that you want to start up or are starting up? Let's say we're working in tens of thousands, so let's say 11,500. This can go to 35, this can go to 150, but let's work with figures that do relate to what we put on in our earlier sheets. Otherwise, there's going to be a big mismatch. Chief Financial Officer, not applicable for now. Teachers, not applicable for now. You can change this, you can customize this to whatever it is that you need. Admin officer, you're gonna need 1 admin officer. I don't know how much you're going to pay them. Let's put 8,500. And already you can see that when I put in 8,500 there, it's already calculating the increase for year 1 at 8%. If we put in an 8% increase, no, this is year 1, this is the first year, meaning 8,000 times 12 will give you 102. But in year 2, should you increase their salary by 8%, then they're going to go up a bracket to 110, and so forth in year 3. So already it's giving you an insight into what your yearly cost will be, or what your cost in the second year will be, and so forth and so forth. You're gonna need a receptionist, of course. I don't know what you're going to pay them. Let's put in 6,500 for argument's sake. And then you will see that your staff cost already is 26,500. Figures always put a lot of emphasis on the fact that these are just random figures. I don't know if they're market related or not at the moment. Bonuses, if you want to pay bonuses, if you want to pay them 100%, 50%, you can put in a formula there to calculate these bonuses. If you're planning for that, it's something that employees mainly expect almost all the time, but the labor law does not enforce you or have that law on you that says pay them. So it's at your own discretion. So have a look at that, but it's best to plan for such, because if you don't, then your budget or cash flow also will be upset. So we can see that in year 1 already, we need to at least pay 350 nearly worth of salaries to all our employees. So what we are forgetting here is that what I need to put a lot of emphasis on is that the 344 is not cost to company. So this is one thing that many of my clients are struggling with. They forget to plan for cost to company, because on top of this, the employer must contribute 1% for UIF. So on top of all of this, there should be another 1%. So if you put these together, you can see already that we're looking at a figure of nearly 100,000, because it's 30 something. It's about 30 something if my calculations are right. Let's quickly confirm. Times 0.01. No, it's 7,000. So put those two together, SDL and UIF, you will see that you will need an additional 10,000 in order for you to get to cost to company. So these are some of the things that you need to plan for. put that together, you will see that some of these figures are changing because of the information that we're populating year 1, year 2, year 3, and some of the highlights. Our net profit now is going down because we are putting out some of these. We are populating some of the expenses. So let's quickly populate the last spreadsheet, or the last sheet that needs to be populated mainly, and then you will see that all of these come together and you will have a better understanding. So the only one that you're going to spend quite some time on is the profit and loss year 1, where you will need to populate these expenses monthly for all of them in order for you to get across and to get to the figure that we need. So accounting and legal, like we said, always I'm going to put in some random figure. How much do you pay your accountant? If you've got accounting and legal, you are the accountant, or you're employing somebody, perhaps legal, I don't know, plan for such, put in those figures there. You can throw them around, you can copy, you can paste, you can do anything. You can run formulas to take the same figure across. That's where your Excel skills come back into play. Always plan for advertising, because what I've picked up in many businesses is that the figure for entertainment is always high and there's zero figure for advertising. So how do you expect your business to grow when you're running a business like that? So this is one thing that I always advise many people that I work with, that yeah, it's nice to go out and have lunch with your clients, but also put in some figure for advertising. Your LinkedIn post that my colleagues spoke to earlier, your LinkedIn post, your social media promo adverts, all of those is very important. So put in some figures for that and plan ahead, because at the end of the day you want to grow. So it's up to you, whatever it is that you want to put in or plan for monthly. So you can populate whatever figure you want. I'm just putting in random figures. Bank charges are always important as well. They'll always be there, so you can put in random. This is so basic and this is so standard that I believe we can easily populate. So I'm just if you've got another key expense here is doubtful debts. Doubtful debts is one thing that even IFRS will request you to plan for according to the new reporting standards. So whatever it is, if you're contracting these clients, please make sure you make an allowance for doubtful debts or credit losses and so on and so on. So with only those populated, we can see that almost at the end of each and every month, we need to plan for at least income tax expense, which should run at a formula which says net income, like before tax times whatever the rate is. It was 27%, it was 28. Okay, gives me an error there because there might be a formula. The sheet might be protected, but please put in a formula here to calculate income tax almost monthly and run it across and advise your clients properly, because this is one area which many of our clients are struggling with, income tax. So with this spreadsheet, it's very easy for us as accountants to plan for our practice income tax. You can even put another spreadsheet to plan for VAT and all your VAT expenses, because now you have an idea of how much you're going to generate each and every month or each and every 2 months, since your VAT is bi-monthly. So there's a lot that you can insert. There's a lot that you can play with. It's not only limited to these spreadsheets that are here. Profit and loss year 3, you will see now that the rest of the presentation that I'm going to show to you, we're not populating any figures. We're just reading from the 3 spreadsheets from which we populated some figures. So we will see, based on the figures that we typed onto the system, that in year 1, our revenue is it's expected to be at least 912,000. We can see that our gross profit is 100%. It's always best to know what your gross profit percentage is for all those formulas and reporting and for better understanding and practice. All those expenses that we typed in and worked together from startup costs all the way to loan amortization, all those expenses, when it's all recorded onto the system, they add up to nearly 500,000. And already you can see, just by looking at the spreadsheet, that your expected profit for the year, for the first year, is at least 499,000. And what it does is that it's calculated the income tax expense for you, because like we said, people are struggling with this. So we know already that from whatever we do, we know we owe the receiver of revenue at least 140,000 rands. So this gives you an idea for when it comes to tax planning. How can we plan for tax? Because should you lose some of the receipts, should you lose some of the slips, you're not going to be able to prove those expenses. Which expenses can you lower? Which expenses can you sort of take down? Which income streams can you up if you want to take this net income even higher? But of course, you're not going to be able to do that if you do not have some sort of planning. So let's go back to sales forecast year 3 and say in year 2, I want to grow all my sales figures by a figure, let's say 25%. And then in year 4, I want to grow it at least by 15%. I'm going to put in a lot of effort into marketing in year 2 to grow it at least by 25%. So all of those growth numbers, as you play around with them, it will change your highlights, it will change your net profit, everything is going to change. And then it's going to give you a better idea of where your practice will be. Because number one, if you need that loan to be on the loan amortization, they will look at the profitability of your business. Will it be profitable? Will it still be standing in 3 years' time? Or are we hitting and hoping like we already have said? Some of these figures that we've populated onto the yearly profit and loss will run to the break-even analysis. So I've set that up and I've taken the average sales unit price. So of course you can do a mixture of all of these. You can use a sales mix. If you remember those lessons from high school, because you've got 3 different pricing structures. You can do weighted average, you can do whatever it is that you want. But here I've only taken the middle one, which is our best on the menu. So if we're selling only those at 1,850 per month and so many clients, I remember putting some figure there, are we going to break even or are we going to run at a loss? So already I can see here that fixed costs will run to at least 34,000. That's what we need to cover each and every month. And this system tells me that if we only selling, or if we only putting out that pricing option of the middle one, we need to find at least 19 clients each and every month in order for us to run this accounting practice successfully. So should we get 18 clients or should somebody fall off, then we're not breaking even, we're having a problem. From client 20 onwards, like we know, we are starting now to make a profit in our accounting practice. So this is what the tool does. It gives you an insight of how many clients do you need to put an effort into finding in order for you to meet all your budgetary expectations. So the balance sheet is the last thing we're going to speak about, and some of these figures, like we said, you're not going to type in, they're going to pull from all these different information that we gave the system. So like you remember the 107,500 from our startup costs, that's where it is. If you need a vehicle, if you said earlier in your startup cost that you're going to buy a vehicle via lease or whatever, it was going to populate here. And then going down, it will show you that all your long-term debts and so on, all those figures will sort of play around in the balance sheet. And some of these figures will obviously need you to work out like the short-term version of that loan or amortization, which is the 12 months version of the entire 3-year lease, which you need to split between your entire loan and what you need to pay off in the next 12 months or so. So that is the split that you need to do. But already I've done that for you. Owner's investments, as you can see, it's 50,000 there. We didn't put it in. It pulled through from the earlier input that we told or gave the system. 499,000 is retained earnings. Where does it get this information from? From the profit and loss that we just populated or put together just moments ago. And then you will see, okay, obviously for now my assets will not be equal to my liabilities, because these figures do not make were just figures that we put together through guesswork. So put together the figures will work better. Put together the figures are going to be even more understandable, and even they will make even more sense than they do now. But the last thing that I want to share with you is what we have done at the bottom of the balance sheet is that we also have put in a formula to sort of calculate the ratio, the common financial ratios that are needed for financial reporting. So it does that for you as well. The debt ratio, you will see that it's high at 2.41. The current ratio is 0 because you do not have current liabilities, or some of your current assets are not there. But if you put figures onto your current assets, this will populate. And your working capital is at a negative. So already we can see, you and I, that our practice is going to have issues unless we do something. So it means we need to go back to marketing and budget more for marketing and get our 20th client from our break even, get our 21st clients all the way to the top, and the debt to equity ratio. You can add all other ratios that you want to suit your needs or customizational preferences. So this is one tool that I believe will assist you in putting together a financial plan for both your business and take advantage of the needs of your clients, because they will need such a tool. It's very important for you to engage with your clients. It's very important for you to find some time. There's a best quote that I like from one of famous Nigerian business people. They say, you need to work on your business before it starts working for you. So you need to find at least an hour or two and do something like this, and it gives your business the long strategic direction that it needs. Do not hit and hope like how many of us started our practices back in the day when the systems were not there, the automation was not there, the workflows were not there. The many partners that SAIBA has, they sort of simplify almost all of the work that we need to do as accountants. So please do take advantage of that. Please do find some time and put together a template like this and use it and populate it. It's gonna give you the direction that you need. And like we said, the rest of the part, this is not the business plan, it's in its entirety. This is only one section. The other part, the theory part, will depend on what you assess as the strengths and weaknesses of your business, the market opportunities, the executive summary, and everything else that you know that goes into the business plan. But put all of those together, and the sky is not the limit when there's footprint of men on the moon. Thank you.
When it comes to changes in fashion, we're, working on it. When it comes to changes in compliance, well now, we're really trending. Maybe stick with the suit, Earl. Introducing the latest creation from the people at DraftWorks. DraftWorks Cloud. We offer an automated, fully compliant financial statement and working paper solution that keeps you up to date with all the changes. Our simple-to-use, cloud-based platform guides you through the auditing process. Financial professionals get real-time engagement collaboration with unlimited users. We've thought about everything so that you don't have to. Accessible directly from your browser, create a new client, and just follow the process. Per engagement billing ensures you only pay for what you use, no more annual fees. Simply import your trial balance from any leading accounting package or Excel and get started today. DraftWorks Cloud, the leader in financial statement and audit compliance technology. Looking good, Earl. DraftWorks Cloud, a product of DraftWorks.
Good day to all you SAIBA members. My name is Jeremy Alderson-Smith, and today I'm going to take a few minutes of your time just to chat to you quickly about our offering, specifically DraftWorks Cloud. Those of you who know us do know we also have a desktop solution, but today we're going to focus on our cloud offering specifically. So back to basics, what does DraftWorks do? Well, it provides you with a set of financial statements, a set of management accounts, and it also provides the working papers and guidance for any type of engagement. Okay, from a compilation right through to an audit. We also do statutory reporting such as XBRL integration and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's very easy to sign up to DraftWorks Cloud. You simply go to cloud.draftworks.com and you follow the prompts to register yourself on the system. Please note you will get a free trial voucher so you can give the solution a go to see how you like it, but we're fairly confident that you will. I'm going to show you quickly how easy it is to create a set of financial statements on the cloud. Bearing in mind this is fully cloud, what you will notice is that it's a pay-as-you-use system. So no annual subscriptions or monthly fees or whatever the case may be. You simply pay for the set of financials that you need to do. So for example, an IFRS SME set is only going to cost you 200 Rand. Okay, so seeing is believing. It's a pay-as-you-use system. It'll deduct it from your rolling balance. We not only have all the frameworks that you may require, but the methodologies as well. So depending on the type of engagement, we have working papers that you can use for compilation, to review, accounting officer, and audit will be coming soon. Okay, so let's say we are going to create a set of financials for an SME, a PTY. I'll go and add a client, and it's going to create me a file. So what happens next? Well, the beauty is we've managed to automate things as far as possible, as far as getting all your information in is concerned. So I'd like to show you how simple it is quickly to import a trial balance from various accounting systems, or Excel for that matter. So if you have a trial balance, it's simple enough to go and import an Excel TV. You simply go and browse for your file, which is easy enough to do. Okay, but I'd like to focus on another little tool we have called Sync. Now, what is Sync? Well, Sync is a platform that allows you to consolidate all of your various clients on the various accounting systems. You can see I've got QuickBooks, I've got Xero, I've got Sage 1, I've got Pascal Partner. This not only provides a platform to import your trial balance to create your financial statements, it also gives you some very, very clever reporting and some overviews and a nice dashboard view of your clients. Okay, so it allows you to drill down into the numbers. You can measure KPIs. You can even do things like GL mapping for regularly captured expenses, invoice switching, and so on and so forth. But today we're going to focus on the financial statement component. Okay, so this solution sync is free and it allows you to import your TV into DraftWorks. Now, how do I do that? Well, I simply go to the sync button, I click on it and I say import trial balance from sync. It's going to ask you to authorize the system to access your accounting data. You just click on authorize and you need to allow it. Okay, so it's going to open up my sync solution and it's going to give me access to all my various clients. So over here, I'm going to select the sync company to import into DraftWorks. Now remember that dashboard I showed you earlier? Well, these are all my various clients on various accounting systems. So let's say I want to import John's Pro Shop. I will select it, I'll go next, and I'll go finish. Now, this is very, very important. Those of you in the know who've used drafting systems know that you have to go and link your accounts as well. Well, the beauty is, depending on the system you're importing in, we already have a table in the back end that's going to automatically link your GL accounts, which is a huge time saver. So I'll just leave that ticked on and I click import, and it's going to import and link all of my GL accounts. And as you can see, my TV has been imported with all the linking done for me. Should you need to go make any changes, you can absolutely go and do so by clicking show hide link numbers, and you can go and do any relinking. Okay, but for the brief overview, I'm going to show you what the output is. We are going to run a set of financial statements. So we go to financial data and we run the financial statements just by clicking on IFRS SME Plus. But obviously, depending on the template or the framework that you selected at the start, that will be the relevant name of the template that you'll find under financial data. Right, so here I have my set of annual financial statements. Okay, you can see going at the bottom, your page numbering will be automated, and everything that you go and put in the client setup will be populated in the template. Anything not applicable will be shaded out. So for example, you may have to go and do a few selections, for example, your engagement report. So it says audited financials, but that's because we have the audit report. But we also have to review the compilation and accounting officer, but we know we are doing a compilation. So for example, I simply go and switch off these non-applicable engagement reports. And as we go through the template, you can see there I've got a balance sheet, not very much data in the system, but again, only the applicable items will be shown when I actually do my printout. Okay, so you got the balance sheet, income statement, change in equity, cash flow, and so on and so forth. Now, the beauty of this is that the notes have been auto-opened for you. Okay, those of you who are older users will know that you had to go and do it yourself. We've now automated that whole process. And the hyperlinks are created from your financials straight through to the notes. And you can see everything's hyperlinked. You can go and add your additional hyperlinks to additional documents that you may import. There's a whole documents folder that you can import additional documents, and you can manage them all through this file manager. Very, very easy to use. So if you want to add additional documents, you can always go and add files. So that's a quick overview of the financials. There are all your policies, detailed income statement, financial ratios, tax calculation, etc. Once you're done, and you've done all the housekeeping and the admin on your financials, you can go and run a preview. Okay, so once I've run the preview, you can then see what the finished product is going to look like. There we go. There's my financial statements. My page numbers are automated. And then there's so much more you can do here. If it is still in draft format, you can apply a watermark. If you want to add a letterhead, you can always go and add letterheads as well to your engagement report. So if I want to go and add that to my compilation report, I'll go apply, and then that will then populate the header of the compilation report. But you can do images on your cover page and so on and so forth. So I'll just show you the compilation report to the compiler. There we go. There's my letterhead and there's my draft watermark. So not only do we create the financials themselves with all these hyperlinks, you've actually got hyperlinks to the automatically created lead schedules. So I've opened the lead for property, plant, and equipment. There you can see opening balance, any adjustments, final, and you can also review them. So if you want to set this lead sheet as prepared, or this working paper, you set it as prepared, it puts your initials and the date. Then managers can go and review it. You can do partner reviews, whatever the case may be. So it actually takes care of your entire engagement from a compilation right through to an audit. Okay, so we have the audit working papers as well, coming soon in cloud. We have them in desktop. At the moment in cloud, we have compilation, review, and accounting officer. Okay, so just want to go back to some other facts about the solution. So I mentioned earlier, we also still have the desktop solution. I've just done some sort of a split here. There's a lot of overlap, obviously, in the offering, but the primary difference between cloud and desktop is the way it's built. So again, those of you who know our desktop solution, it's paid per user, per year. You can do unlimited sets of financials, but cloud is a totally pay-as-you-use system. So what that means is you only pay per set of financials, and you got access to unlimited users. Okay, and like I mentioned, like I showed you in Sync, we integrate into the most widely used accounting packages, and we're adding more and more all the time. Full guidance and methodologies. Another big thing is we also provide free training. Okay, so if you want to have a session with one of our consultants, you simply go on and you book a time on our website. Team viewer support included and free webinars. Just as far as XBRL goes, that is already embedded in the software. It's not an additional module. You will have access to that automatically. So if you do require any further information, please go to our website, www.draftworks.com, or send us an email or give us a call on our phone number over there. Thank you, everyone. I know it wasn't a very detailed session, but please get in touch for a more detailed session or go to our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of training videos on there. Otherwise, please get in touch with us. Have a good day. Thank you.
How SAIBA qualified accountants are becoming chief value officers. Traditional accountants focus on historical numbers, but this is so 1980s. Society wants value reporting. Income, expenses, assets, liabilities, as reflected in financial statements, are important. But what about real value, such as community, sustainability, human capital, and reputation? We need a value statement. SAIBA is developing accountants to become chief value officers. that prepare value statements comparing SME performance to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Chief Value Officers apply integrated thinking to show value for the SME, its owners, employees, suppliers, and society. The Chief Value Officer starts this process when setting up the bookkeeping system and preparing financial statements. Each expense item is linked to a relevant sustainable development goal and reflected in a value statement as a checklist and progress report on core indicators such as tax contribution, reducing waste and energy, efficiency, buying and employing local, gender empowerment, and enhanced director accountability. To become a Chief Value Officer that prepares value statements requires awareness, training, technology, and reporting software. SAIBA retrains SAIBA members as Chief Value Officers and partners with DraftWorks to develop automated value statements to supplement traditional financial statements. Our partnership will minimize our own energy footprint and generate generational value as we automate value reporting.
Welcome, I'm Ilona and I will be walking you through the Academy. SAIBA Academy is the gatekeeper for quality CPD and educational events. Our content is of a global standard with industry experts that will teach and guide you on the topics that are most relevant to you as a finance professional. Our content is selected to ensure it is relevant to our members and reviewed to ensure the quality thereof. We source and accredit quality training providers and host the best CPD available for the modern finance professional. We ensure the content providers are subject to national standards of conduct and quality in the same way that SAIBA as a professional body or you as a member have to comply to laws and regulations. We then negotiate to ensure we offer the best value for money to our members. SAIBA Academy is the one-stop shop for all your educational needs, conveniently housed under one umbrella. Members are required in terms of international best practices, SARS, local rules, and SAIBA CPD policy that is in line with the International Education Standard 7 issued by the IAESB and IFAC. To obtain CPD on the areas that they provide services to clients, be committed to lifelong learning as a mark of professionalism. Deliver better services by being better equipped to advise on industry developments and legislative changes in the profession. SAIBA CPD is governed by our CPD policy and CPD standards accessible through saiba.org.za's footer. Ensure to review the documents and contact your personal portfolio consultant or the Academy should you have any questions regarding those documents that's listed on the website. SAIBA is proud to be a part of our members' professional journey and manage CPD under a 4-tier framework. CPD Core for the basic operational and administrative skills, CPD Update for technical and legislative knowledge, Licensed CPD for technical specialization, Executive CPD to help you to become a Master CFO. We will touch further on each of the different types later on. As a designation holder, you need to maintain your CPD throughout the year. CPD is not only about compliance. Keeping the knowledge updated gained from your qualification and staying ahead with new legislation, trends and technology play a vital role in your earnings. You need to inform your clients so that you can on-sell it or have more information than your peers in order to advance in your career. CPD is the mark of professionalism. It has never been more important to keep your knowledge up to date in the current fast-changing world. The Academy ensures you are armed with the best the industry has to offer, so you can stay up to date. As we'd like to say, the more you learn, the more you can earn. As a modern learning platform, we offer a variety of CPD events, from live virtual events, recorded webinars, online conferences, licenses, and courses. Our CPD events are presented by industry leaders. For example, we recently had a lawyer who is recognized by Best Lawyers as a leading competition law expert in South Africa, presenting the key developments in competition law in South Africa for the CFO. We recently hosted the Climate and Sustainability Summit with expert speakers from around the world on this trending matter. The Academy offers content that helps you to maintain your CPD and develop professionally. And we offer courses that will help you to upskill. This links to our RPL route, where we acknowledge experience gained through your career through assessments. Our licenses recognize your experience in the selected specialist field by assessing your knowledge and capability. The Academy is a separate platform from the membership system, with a separate login, accessible from anywhere with an internet connection. You can even listen to a CPD event on your phone while traveling. Here you can see the homepage that will greet you. We trust in your commitment to lifelong learning and that this will become one of your most visited pages. So hit that bookmark or favorites button and save the URL on your browser. You will see the first tab is the pride of SAIBA Academy, our CPD subscription packages. A main advantage of your SAIBA Academy profile is that you have a personal library of your CPD events and certificates of different CPD providers with different experts. Another advantage of registering and completing your CPD events on SAIBA Academy is that it saves you money. SAQA and SARS require that we verify our member CPD. The cost of verifying member CPD is attendance, completion, and certification can be a costly affair. Take into consideration the verification of a CPD presenter's qualification, content quality control, and examination checks by applying an accreditation process and facilitating the testing and examinations on a centralized system. Costs are minimized and members don't have to pay the additional verification fee, ultimately saving you money. On the screen, the layout of your dashboard is displayed. This will be your first page after you have logged in. To view your courses, select the My Courses menu item. The course you enrolled in will be listed on the left. There is a search function which you can use to search through your list. On the right, your CPD certificates will be displayed. The Academy's layout is structured to deliver 4 professional development streams, which is presented as the platform's menu buttons: Qualify, Maintain, Specialize, and Master. The CPD events and modules offered were designed to support you along every step of your accounting and finance career, from becoming an accountant to stepping into the CFO office. We have curated courses that will help you excel in your career and earn more as a finance professional. The first pillar and menu option is Qualify. This page should be visited when you are considering to become an accountant in practice. SAIBA's BAPSA is obtained by meeting the admission requirements, but SAIBA also offers 2 routes based on competency recognition for accountants that does not meet the academic qualifications required to become a BAPSA. Upskill with Qualify modules relates to the 5 core categories of knowledge of an accountant in practice that need to be completed to serve as proof of competence based on SAIBA's BAPSA's application requirements. If you enjoy being your own boss and have extensive experience in the finance environment, you should consider the Qualify pathway to obtain your BAPSA and evaluate your current academic achievements. Successful completion of one or more of the Qualify modules serves as proof of competence based on SAIBA's requirements. The module outcomes are presented and assessed through prescribed textbooks, mock exam with relevant recordings regarding certain topics, a live virtual session with the lecturer. The lecturer is also available to answer questions between the live virtual session and the exam. Assessments under the supervision of an invigilator. The duration of the modules varies according to your level of knowledge obtained through experience and can differ from 3 to 9 months. When you scroll down on the Qualify page, you will see the 5 core modules. You can select and read through each product description to learn more regarding the module purpose, the module outcomes, and module assessment criteria. You have worked hard to achieve your academic qualification. SAIBA Academy offers a variety of CPD topics related to accounting and tax updates, ethics, practice management, and business and technology. On the Maintain page, you will find quick access to the subscription packages on the green highlighted text at number 1. To the left, you can filter CPD events per category. You have a few options there, either by the main pillars, the menu items, or by type, accounting, practice management, or executive. To the right, the individual CPD events will be listed, with the most recent published listed first. The Academy offers complimentary core CPD to members in good standing, ad hoc or on-demand CPD events, and subscriptions. These are all benefits that will help you navigate your professional learning better and with more convenience. When you select an individual CPD product, you will receive further information regarding the event. The date refers to the date on which the content will be published. If you scroll down, the price will stipulate if the product is included in a subscription package or offered as an ad hoc CPD event. If you cannot see the My Dashboard option in the menu item, it means you are not logged in, and the registration process will include a few additional steps. The easiest is to ensure you have logged in. More options are available to members with a login than to the public. Once you have hit the Register Now button, the product will be loaded to your shop card, where you can proceed with the registration and payment process. Your bank information is not managed or obtained by SAIBA Academy. We do not have access. It is managed by PayFast, one of South Africa's leading payment gateways and independent from SAIBA. Should your bank information change, you will have to contact PayFast directly to change the details. They can be contacted at support@payfast.co.za. Once you have completed the registration process, the event will be listed in your dashboard under My Courses. Core CPD is not displayed on the front end of the website, but is loaded as a course to paid-up members' profile. We included CPD Core so that all our members have access to guides to assist with operational functions and administrative tasks. This includes UIF, SARS, workmen compensation, CSD, marketing, and many more guides. To ensure technical knowledge is maintained, you will have to add a technical update CPD, whether ad hoc or a CPD subscription, to the complementary core. If you are a member in good standing, you will be able to view the core course under My Dashboard, My Courses, Core CPD. The Maintain on SAIBA Academy offers ad hoc and subscription packages. Members have the option to enroll in individual CPD events. The event can be offered complimentary or the ad hoc product can be sold at a cost. As mentioned before, ad hoc events are offered in different formats, whether live, online, a conference, or an in-person event. You can register for ad hoc events and enjoy a variety of different types of ad hoc events. An individual CPD event consists of a 2 to 5 hour recorded webinar, a presentation, and a quiz. We negotiate with accredited training providers to offer various ad hoc CPD events in a subscription package to ensure we offer the best value for money to our members. The most cost-effective and hassle-free way to stay compliant is to enroll in a subscription. Subscriptions can be paid monthly or once-off per year as an annual amount. One ad hoc webinar can cost up to 450 Rand per webinar, whereas SAIBA CPD subscription with the least CPD events offer you access to more than 10 topics for only 2,160 Rand per year, or a mere 200 Rands per month. Instead of paying 4,500, which is 10 times 450 Rand, we have negotiated the discounted subscription price and you can save a lot of money. This is a huge saving. The maths is easy. Average cost of one webinar at 475 Rand. Average cost of CPD subscription with 10 webinars starts at 200 Rand per month. CPD stands for Continuous Professional Development. Choose the best CPD subscription package for you. Our annual CPD subscriptions make staying compliant a breeze. All you have to do is select the package that is most relevant to you. Our Namibia CPD package is included in all designation holders' membership. Associate members receive the South African Core CPD. The next section of SAIBA Academy is Specialise. On the Specialise page, the licenses are built on competence, ethics, and professional tax standards and provides powerful support to accountants in practice. On this page, you will find different areas of specialization in which you can set yourself apart as a BAPSA. There are different areas of specialization: tax, independent review, NPO, business rescue, immigration services. Some of these licenses release dates are upcoming. Accountants in practice can achieve greater statutory recognition by becoming a licensed specialist. SAIBA Academy offers licenses that will set you apart as a specialized accountant. These licenses will open doors to opportunities to gain new clients and earn more with specialized services. Once you have obtained your license, SAIBA issues you with a certificate that can be used for marketing purposes to gain new clients at a higher level. Our fourth pillar and the next button on SAIBA Academy's menu item is Master. You've made it to the top, but now the hard part starts. You need to excel in your leadership position. We partnered with world-class business schools and international institutions to bring finance managers and CFOs our highest tier of education, the executive education. Our executive education is designed to build on the 4 core roles of the CFO: steward, operator, catalyst, and strategist. We are continually looking to develop and grow our executive members with relevant events and licenses, developed by industry experts with world-class presenters. All our events speak to the modern CFO, who have to navigate being a finance leader in an ever-changing world. We recently launched our license in climate and sustainability reporting, which speaks to the CFO as a steward and a catalyst. You can find out more about this license under the Master tab on the Academy's website. Our executive education forms part of the CFO Club Africa, an exclusive community of finance executives. More to be shared about that by our marketing executive, Cara Ann Potgieter. On successful completion of your CPD events, SAIBA issues a CPD certificate with a verification link. Third parties can verify your certificate with ease. From July 2022, the CPD will integrate into the membership systems compliance section, meaning your CPD units will automatically be updated, saving you time and money. It stays the member's responsibility to ensure that the membership CPD system is allocating the units correctly. Non-compliance spells disaster if you are not CPD compliant. You will be subjected to SAIBA's disciplinary process. Reprimanded through warning letters, which is unnecessary because it is so easy to stay compliant via SAIBA Academy. Followed by an unprofessional conduct charge by SAIBA's disciplinary committee. SAIBA Academy offers a support ticket system where your queries can be logged. The queries are reviewed and the system upgraded. Queries sent via an email might not reach the upgrading team. Help us get better by logging a ticket. The option to submit a ticket is available once you've logged in under My Dashboard, Submit a New Ticket. On the homepage, you can scroll down and you can submit a query. Then you will be assisted with SARS e-filing queries, support regarding CIPC, workman's compensation or UIF. To ensure your queries are dealt with efficiently, take note to submit them on the correct department's platform. SAIBA Academy queries can be submitted via the ticket system, the Submit a Query form on the homepage, or via the two email addresses technical@SAIBA or taxtalk@SAIBA. Membership queries should be submitted through the email membership@saiba.org.za, which is managed through a ticket system. Compliance queries should be directed to the compliance officer at cpd@saiba.org.za. Should you forget your password, go to the login page and click on the Forgotten Password button. A reset email will be forwarded. Please check your spam folder if you have not received it in your inbox. The Academy offers practice support in the form of PSN events and practice support library. The PSN networks are regional SAIBA member groups that meet at regional events and communicate via WhatsApp. This is a great way to network and connect with your peers. It also offers a wonderful platform where you can ask advice and questions to your peers. These networks are led by our regional PSN leaders. Now, I know surveys are not everyone's cup of tea, but I would like to encourage you to please participate in our surveys. They are analysed and discussed with our service providers, and the CPD offerings are adjusted to accommodate members' requests. We communicate upcoming events and content released through our weekly newsletter and emails. Everybody's inboxes are overloaded, but it's important to keep an eye out for the Academy mailers and know what's happening. SAIBA Academy is operated by a small team of dedicated staff. We manage hundreds of queries per day. If you go onto the platform and experience problems, submit a ticket and we'll get round and sort it out for you. SAIBA Academy is dedicated to sharing up-to-date, stimulating content that helps you grow your professional skill set and your career prospects. By committing to CPD, you're committing to constant improvements, which is beneficial for your future, morale, and confidence. Although CPD is mandated for designation holders, it is the logical choice for a professional who is committed to staying engaged with their profession and delivering quality services. To summarize, do your CPD on SAIBA Academy and load your CPD on saiba.org.za. We are excited to join you on your professional journey. Happy viewing.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Cara Ann Potgieter and I am the marketing strategist for SAIBA. I have more than 13 years of marketing experience and I'm here today to help you make the most of your new designation. Now that you've done the work, we want you to stand on the best foot possible and make the most of your new accreditation. So stay tuned as I give you some of my top tips on how to market your new accounting practice. In this short presentation, I'm going to touch on 4 topics relating to marketing. 1 is elevating your reach. 2 is driving engagement. 3 is driving your credibility. And lastly, I'm going to help you to elevate your new SAIBA certificate. Okay, so are you ready to put your marketing hat on? Here are the 4 key pillars to marketing. Firstly, I'm going to help you gain the most reach possible. Secondly, I'm going to help you to really connect to your audience and make the most of your marketing messaging. Thirdly, I'm going to help you build your credibility because let's be honest, doing the work that you do, you really need to have the credibility with your clients or potential clients. So we are really fortunate to have so many platforms to help you drive your marketing reach. Firstly, we're going to look at driving reach. That means reaching more people and really getting your name out there. Another way of looking at it is driving awareness of your brand. So you've got a new business, you need to get it out there. We are really fortunate to have platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram to help drive this reach. And if you get a professional to help you, you can also get your Google ads out there. All these platforms are perfectly positioned to drive traffic to your website and to your new accounting practice. So how do you use it? Firstly, whenever you post anything on these social platforms, there's an option to boost the posts with paid advertising. A simple amount, like even 200 Rand, can drive so much more reach and get your brand out there. Secondly, you can go onto your social media platforms and create an ad account. Now use these social media ads to also drive traffic to your website and to your new accounting business. You can also use Google ads to get your name out there. These ads are then displayed all over the internet and not just on these social media platforms. I really recommend using a professional person to help you with this and just get yourself going, but it's a really inexpensive, effective way to drive traffic and drive reach to your new business and get your name out there. Another option is public relations. You would need a public relations team to help you with this, but this is really effective if you've got a little bit more budget to get your business out there. Lastly, you can also use traditional media to get your name out there. That is a more expensive option, but it also works if you've got the budget to back it. Now for the really exciting part. Now that you're part of our family, we've got a lot of resources that you can share on your social media channels, on your newsletters, and on all your marketing material. They're available on saiba.org.za or on SAIBA's YouTube channel for you to share directly. Okay, so now you've got your name out there. People are seeing all about your business. How do you really engage these people? We call this, in marketing terms, driving engagement. You drive engagement by commenting on posts. Yes, on other people's posts, but you also reply to people commenting onto your posts. Also, if you see people commenting on your posts or engaging with your posts, it's a nice opportunity to send them an inbox message pitching your business. This brings me to my second point, the inbox message. We have used this to great success with SAIBA marketing, and I would like to share it with you. It's quite simple. Pop an inbox message to one of your clients or potential clients and tell them a little bit more about your services. It's a great way to open conversation and start a dialogue. It's the very first step to your lead generation. The next step is to phone people. Make a list of potential clients, call them, get their email addresses, and connect with them and open the dialogue to tell them a little bit more about your business. The next step is really important to getting your accounting business out there. That is attending events and conferences. It's the perfect way to get your name out there to your peers, which means networking. And remember our saying, the greater your network, the greater your net worth. There are many ways of doing this. You can either be a speaker at these events, you can get a booth and advertise your services through getting your stand out there, or you can simply add something to the goodie bag or hand out your business cards. This next point is really important, very traditional, and it's part of the networking function. It is meeting with your clients or potential clients in person. That is entertainment, going to play golf, really connecting. This drives engagement like no other. The last point is really important. Remember to ask questions. It's not just about what you can do for them, it's about listening to their business problems and adding value. That is probably the most important thing. If you can take anything from today's presentation about marketing, it is this. Ask questions, it will clearly open doors. Well, next I'm going to teach you a little bit about LinkedIn marketing and how to elevate this channel for your business. LinkedIn is just one platform. You can also use other platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Google Ads to drive the same engagement, but use the same formula that I'm applying now. We're taking the pillars and we're applying it to LinkedIn now. The first step is to drive reach. Firstly, we want to drive reach. You do this by creating a really engaging post. LinkedIn has amazing platforms or tools that you can use to elevate this. For instance, you can create a poll. Through your LinkedIn poll, you can really drive engagement. So now you take that engagement, you look at the people that have commented on your poll, that have engaged with your poll, and you make a list of those people. You pop them an inbox message and you show them that you care. You take this opportunity to tell them a little bit about your business and what you can bring to the table. The next step will really help you get more clients. You use LinkedIn's search tool to search for business owners, directors, or anything of the like. It will pop out thousands of people who are business owners. That's your potential client pool right there. Now that you've identified all these potential clients, you can pop them an inbox message and tell them about your business and your service offering. Now that you've opened all the doors, you are ready to pitch. Now for the last pillar to marketing success, driving credibility. I want to start off by asking, who do you trust? Do you trust your church? Do you trust Ramaphosa? Do you trust your family? Do you trust the news? Do you trust your accountant? I would like to pause there and really ask you, why do you trust these people or why don't you trust them? That is all about credibility. I want you to reflect on this and I want you to project this into your marketing messages. The truth is, trust is built over time. If you show up time and time again, it shows you're trustworthy. So show up for your clients. Be there, even if they don't ask you to be there. Recognition builds credibility. Are you recognized by a professional body? Accreditation builds credibility. Your designation behind your name and your email signature, that builds credibility. Consistency builds trust and credibility. Once again, show up even if they didn't ask. Show up time and time again and stay consistent in your endeavors with your clients. Last but not least, be transparent. Tell them if you're not meeting deadlines. Tell them if you need more information. Open that dialogue. This builds relationship and credibility. Now let's talk about your SAIBA Privy Seal certificate and how that can build credibility. You can use your Privy Seal certificate next to your email signature or all your documents to build credibility. Your Privy Seal certificate shows that you are a designated accountant and can be vouched for. Your Privy Seal certificate also gives you recognition. It recognizes you as an accountant that belongs to a professional body. Your Privy Seal certificate really drives credibility, so spread the news. Use it on your email signature, in your newsletter, on your website, wherever you can, because it really gives you credibility. Thank you, that is it from me and all the marketing tips. If you need more marketing tips, visit our SAIBA blog. It's on saiba.org.za/blog. SAIBA's designations are positioned to take you through every step of your career. Now I'm going to tell you about our top destination, the CFO Club's Africa. This club is exclusive to finance executives and is the launchpad for you to earn your CFO SA designation. The CFO Club Africa is an international community of finance executives. We are connected to 2 international bodies including IFI and the CFO Alliance. This connects you to 5,000 finance executives locally and over 22,000 finance executives internationally. The CFO Club Africa is there not only to connect you to your peers, but to also help you to learn from your peers. This is also your first step to become a CFO SA designation holder. This is our premier designation for finance executives in Africa. The CFO SA designation is built on 4 core pillars, including steward, catalyst, controller, and strategist. It is also built on ethics, integrity, and professionalism. We have many CFOs that have earned the CFO SA designation and can vouch for the doors that it has opened for them. Part of the benefits of joining the club and earning your designation is you can have free access to the CFO Talks podcast, where we interview executives from right around the world. These executives share top tips exclusively to CFO Club members. You also gain access to exclusive webinars, the tax knowledge base, the book club. You get invited to our World Congress every year, and you also gain exclusive access to the executive education brought to you by SAIBA Academy. CFO Talks is part of the CFO Club. It is our leg where we share podcasts and events with our CFO members. CFO Talks is devoted to sharing ideas and creating a platform where CFOs can learn from one another. Also part of the CFO Club is our exclusive mentorship program. You will learn more about that on the CFO Club website. Once you've reached the top, don't forget to join the CFO Club and open your doors to many opportunities locally, in Africa and internationally. It's the best way to network and enhance your skills as a finance executive.
Mazars is a leading international audit, tax and advisory firm aspiring to build the economic foundations of a fair and prosperous world. Founded in Europe, we are now present in over 90 countries and territories, with more than 42,000 professionals, over 26,000 in our integrated partnership and 16,000 via the Mazars North America Alliance, dedicated to helping clients make the most of business opportunities and operate with confidence. With teams based all over the world, we combine deep local knowledge and understanding with a global perspective. Operating as a united partnership with shared goals, values and service standards, we work as one team, delivering a rewarding experience and consistent quality across a broad range of services. We have the skills and the scale to serve clients of all sizes across all sectors, while remaining flexible, personal, and distinct in our approach. Every piece of work is treated with integrity, independence, accountability, and a social conscience. By combining quality, expertise, agility, and understanding, we provide answers and experiences that are right for our people, clients, and society.
My name is Victor Goh, the Group Business Development Director of Acro Singapore Group. Acro Singapore is a tech consultancy firm where all our consultants are professional accountants who knows QuickBooks Online very well, as well as its ecosystems. And together with these two skill sets, we are able to give our customers the best solutions. I choose QuickBooks Online because it brings us closer to our customers. Because what we see in the cloud is what the customer can see on the cloud. On the other hand, QuickBooks Online is an open source solution where it allows other add-ons such as the payroll to directly integrate to QuickBooks Online. QuickBooks Online is a very user-friendly accounting solution, and it allows my clients to do accounting on the go. Business owners can straight away send digital invoices to their customers and have better cash flows, and on the other hand, will give them a more timely information on a daily basis. I like QuickBooks Online Reports because it has 65 customized reports and has many features. It has a customized GST Form 5 and exceptional details report, which ensures that all GST are captured completely and properly. QuickBooks Online has digitalized our whole processes in the firm. QuickBooks Online has increased our firm's productivity by more than 50%, and our whole firm is now having a paperless processes. We will definitely recommend QuickBooks Online to the accountants as well as the business owners.
Thank you very much to all our speakers for sharing such insightful information. I am sure our members have learned a lot from this session. I would like to thank all our members for attending, all our speakers for such informative presentations, and our team for making this webinar a success. Please note that the recording of this webinar and the business plan template will be made available on your Academy profile. You can claim up to 3 CPD hours. Thank you once again for joining. We hope that you will make use of all the resources and the information shared by our presenters to help you grow your own successful practice. Have a wonderful day.